Hello, my name is Jamie Verk. You can also call me J Love. That is my nickname. And I wanted to make this short video and tell you a little bit about what my soul mission is and how it's revealed itself in the last few years. And what I truly believe is out of trauma can come deep, incredible transformation. And through our deepest pain can come our most profound inspiration. And so I have had quite a busy life. um, a lot of strange, interesting, painful, beautiful things have happened to me in my life. You know, some people just kind of cruise along and everything's nice and fine. And then other people, it's like an ongoing roller coaster in their life. I've had one of those roller coaster lives. And I do not regret any of it. I do not wish to change any of it because it has made me who I am, and it has given me the street cred to be able to hold space for what I do, and that's to help people heal, to help people seek holistic and alternative ways for healing their mind, healing their body, and really connecting to their spirit and their spirituality as a way to grow their soul, as a way to just evolve as a human being. And my biggest transformation I really wanted to talk about today was losing my best friend 3 years ago. And I'm making this video now because yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of her passing. And this woman was my earth living angel. I met her when I was a little girl, and she was married to my cousin. Her name was Joanne, and she was one of the most special human beings I'd ever met in my life. A true, people say salt of the earth person. She was the most caring, generous, compassionate person. And she really came into my life to teach me what it felt like to be unconditionally loved. I know that sounds funny, we're like, oh, we should be unconditionally loved by our families. Unfortunately, I didn't have that experience with a lot of my family members because there was a lot of mental illness going on that we didn't know about until much later. And so I grew up in a family where love was given with condition, with a lot of expectation of, me having to act or be a certain way to be able to receive that love. And when Joanne came in, she just saw me as perfect. I didn't need to change anything. She fully loved and accepted me. And for me, that was the big sister that I had been waiting for my whole life. I was the big sister. I was the eldest child. And who she was and how she came in, she just sort of assumed that big sister kind of energy, always looking out for me, always there to lend an ear, always there to hold space for me. And what was beautiful about my relationship with this woman was that she didn't expect anything in return. It was really like giving generously from the heart without any expectations, which is so unique. A lot of us give, and it's sort of like, we're giving because we expect to receive something back. Joanne wasn't like that at all. And so I really learned a lot from this friendship. So 3 years ago, I received the most excruciating call of my life. My real blood sister, my younger sister, called me and she said, "Did you hear the news?" I said, "No, what are you talking about?" She said, "It's about Joanne." I said, "Tell me what's wrong." And she said, "She killed herself." Oh, wow. This was crippling for me to hear. And I literally dropped to my knees and screamed. Like, you can't imagine, unless you've gone through this, what it feels like to receive that news that someone that you love so much has chosen to end their life. And I remember it was very blurred, but I do remember just being in this right away, this excruciating pain, screaming, like on the floor, wailing. And I probably went on like that for a good 2 days straight before I could actually, pick myself up off the floor to help support her husband and her son and her sister and her mother in making some very quick and difficult decisions we didn't think we'd ever have to make. It was one of the most difficult times in my life. And from going through that, what I realized was that I had to go through that experience. Like, this was a part of my life. It was written in the stars for me to have this experience so that I would be able to hold space for other people and hold deep compassion for other people who have lost someone that they care deeply for in a really traumatic and tragic way. Of course, I didn't see that probably for the first 6 months. It took some time. And there's many stages of grief that really you have to go through to heal your heart, to be able to wrap your mind around the person's choice and to be able to forgive them and to have that peace for yourself so that you can continue to move on in your life. And so, after some time of being really angry and feeling a lot of guilt, feeling a lot of blame, feeling a lot of shame around this story, um, I came to realize that this was how it was supposed to happen, that she made this choice and that I had to honor and respect her choice to be able to have some peace around it and to be able to move forward and through this. Because something that I learned about losing someone I love so much is that we don't get over their death. We don't ever get over the loss of losing them, but we do get through it. And that when we honor the stages of grief, when we honor all the different thoughts and feelings that we have, we begin to heal. We are more able and capable of putting things into perspective and finding purpose from that. And so, what I took away from having this incredible woman in my life for as long as I did have her in it, and I still do because I do believe in the afterlife and I do connect with spirit. I am a medium to some degree. This is still a role that I'm just feeling able to step into and to share with other people, that I communicate with spirit. Um, and that's what's really helped me move through this. But what I'm here to talk about today is these things that are just so tragic and traumatic, these great losses that we have, how they can create opportunity and inspiration. And after losing Joanne, I realized that it was part of my soul's mission to help people, to really create community for people who were suffering, who are suffering, who maybe held fear or shame around being able to ask for help, around being able to realize that they're not alone in how they're feeling. And so I went on to create this small studio space called the Healing Den. And I dedicated this space to holding workshops and connecting people and talking about our vulnerabilities and holding space where, through sharing, through connecting, we're able to heal these parts of ourselves and to evolve and to move forward and to feel loved and supported. And through this vulnerability, we grow. um, when we are able to speak our most painful truth, we are able to let it go of that pain and to rise up, to elevate ourselves. And so I was able to have the Healing Den for a few years, and it was such a blessing. It was such a special time, and all the different workshops that I had, it was incredible for me to see how willing people were to show up and be vulnerable, to be transparent, to share things they had never shared with anyone else before. And I realized that, wow, this is part of my unique gifts, is being able to let people feel safe to do this work and to attract people who are ready to do this work, who are ready to be vulnerable, to be seen, and to share, to heal. Unfortunately, I had to close the Healing Den. The world has changed and we are living in a different world now, but we're also living in a better world because we don't have to get into our cars or get on a bus and drive to a destination to connect in community. We just have to be open and willing and be curious to find that right connection, that right place to hold the space to share our stories. And so the internet right now has become this incredible tool for people to connect, to find support groups, to do this inner work for, not just for ourselves, but for the collective humanity, because there is and there has been a lot of suffering. And something for my journey was, for so many years, I went through my experiences alone. And I thought that I had to do this alone. And I really felt a lot of insecurity and a lot of shame around letting people see who I am, letting people know what I've actually been through and how I've been able to rise up out of it. And so this is me letting that wall down and letting you see who I am and what qualifies me to hold space for your healing and to co-create what your healing experience can be like. And so in the last year, I met, not in the last year, just after Joanne passed, not the end of that year, actually, it was in August, September of that same year, I went on a retreat. And one of the practices that I offered at the Healing Den was called the Octo Massage. And this was a group touch, sort of like a group energy healing workshop, where we allow ourselves to be confronted by our ability to give and receive compassionate touch. Something that I always found really interesting about my cousin was that she never wanted to be touched. And touch for me had been such a healing tool and such a way to just feel the love and embrace of someone else. And I guess, part of my, creation from my pain, what I was able to create was this practice, was this community of people who realized the power of connection and touch, and allowing themselves to feel vulnerable and to meet themselves where they feel discomfort around sharing touch, whatever edges, whatever boundaries came up, and really coming to a place to understand that touch is not just something that you share with a romantic partner, or it's not just something that you share with a family member, but it can be something that you can share with a stranger if you're willing to let your guard down and to just say, I deserve to receive unconditional presence and love, and be able to give that as well. And notice where your boundary begins to giving or receiving, or vice versa. So this practice, this Octo Massage practice, I took it to this retreat. And the first night of the retreat, I met this woman. She came to my workshop, and I had about 50 or 60 people in the room. And so I didn't really get to know anyone, but I felt her energy. And the next day she came up to me in the cafeteria and she said, I just want to tell you, I really love you. Like, I really love you. And I really appreciate your energy. And thank you so much for holding that space last night. And I was like, oh, you're welcome. And this woman went on to become my roommate. And I didn't know that I knew that I was looking for a roommate, but I was afraid to really put it out into the universe that I was looking for a roommate, because I was looking for someone to co-create experiences with, someone to share life with, not just someone to live in my home and help share the bills. And when she moved in, we started to talk about what our soul mission was and what really we are passionate about and what work we've been doing in this life. And she had a very similar backstory. And we'd both gone through really traumatic experiences, really been digging deep into what it means to heal the soul, heal the spirit, heal the mind, heal the body. And we'd both, been on the same path, parallel paths, studying yoga, meditation, mindfulness, movement, Pilates, nutrition. And what we realized was that the universe put us in this place at this time to create space, to create workshops, to conceptualize our gifts as a way to support other people. And for me, what's really exciting about this 3-year anniversary of losing my best friend, but also creating my career path and meeting my next best friend, who we have been able to create something really special together. And it was from that loss that I was able to realize what it is to be in community. And my cousin was really bad at connecting to other people in the way where she allowed herself to be vulnerable and to express what pain she was really living in. And she was really good at listening to people and being compassionate to people. And so there's sort of like I've taken like little bits of all the things that I've learned from her and through my relationship with her to create what I created with Katie, which is the Body Love Mission. And Body Love is all about how we treat ourselves, how willing we are to see what is inside of our bodies. And our bodies are the homes. The bodies are the vessels for our thoughts and our emotions and our past experiences and our feelings, basically everything we go through. And how well do we take care of our bodies? Do we feed ourselves really good food, or do we use junk food as a way to numb out because we don't want to feel? Or do we allow ourselves to feel the emotions fully and to have other people see us in those emotions, or do we hide it all away? What thoughts circulate in our brains? Are they obsessive? Are they negative? Do we think less of ourselves? Do we think that we are unworthy of having what we want in our lives? Or are we able to see that full divine beauty that we are? And these are all the things that we thought about in creating the Body Love Mission. So Body love is really about taking care of the physical body through feeding ourselves well, learning about nutrition, learning about how food affects the body, and how that the food that we eat can actually heal us at the root of any label. It's true. It's really true. It might take 5 years, it might take 10 years, but you can heal yourself with food. And then also, do we move the body? Do we exercise daily? Are we sweating? Are we detoxifying our body through movement? And so we offer Monday to Friday movement practice, full body strength, yoga, Pilates, breath work, all the things to take care of the physical body. And Body Love is a community of people who are like-minded, who want to take better care of themselves. Body Love provides group and individual coaching programs to sort of act as like growth support groups. Like, we're interested in evolving our souls, in learning about how to take better care of ourselves. We are learning our ABCs, which is always being curious. And this month in March, we're creating a monthly membership because we realize that some people, they're like, I'm ready to commit to 6 weeks of work, inner work. And beyond that, I don't know what I have the capacity for right now. Or I'm ready to do the first level of inner work and then I need to take a break, but I still want to feel connected. Or I'm kind of nervous, but I'm kind of curious and I do need support. I do realize that my mental health is suffering right now and I want to feel in connection, but I just want a real easy commitment. So what this monthly membership provides is a little taste of everything that we teach through these Body Love programs. So you get the nutrition advice. Every month, Katie comes online. She's a holistic nutritionist and she's amazing. She's helped me so much in healing my psoriasis and managing my anxiety and depression. I've suffered on and off throughout my life from depression. And by changing the food that I eat, I'm literally able to change my mood and to elevate my mood. And by eating really clean, when I do indulge, I notice how quickly I can fall back into that dark hole. And so I've been making a commitment to staying in this higher vibration by eating higher vibrational foods, fruits and vegetables. And really what we teach people in Body Love is that no food is good or bad. Some foods are going to help you to feel better, and some foods are going to cause you to feel worse. But really, it is about coming back into alignment with Mother Earth. That Mother Earth and human beings had an agreement. Mother Earth was going to provide everything that us human beings needed to thrive in our lives if we allowed ourselves to take care of her and take from her what we need. And not more than what we need, just what we need. But unfortunately, with processed foods and fad diets, we've just moved further and further and further away from that alignment and that original agreement. So we're bringing you back into that unity with Mother Earth through the nutrition that we teach in this program. We provide through this monthly membership, Monday to Friday, different movement practices. Now you can join us live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for full body strength. On Tuesday and Thursday, we go a little early, 9:30 in the morning, and usually we do more yoga, Pilates, and breath work in those practices. Sometimes we also do restorative yoga. So it's like giving you everything and a variety of what the body needs, because the body doesn't need one thing. The body craves variety. Now, through this monthly membership, what we're also doing is Katie's going to highlight a food. So every month, she's going to tell you why this food is so beneficial to your health, what it can help you heal from. And I'm going to come in. Once upon a time, I was a holistic chef. I mean, I still am. I just don't do that as a career anymore. But now it's sort of part of what I do to support people is I'm going to take that food and I'm going to create a video and teach you how to make a really simple, delicious, and healthy recipe from that food. Because a lot of people, some people learn from reading, some people learn from seeing. So we want to make sure that you can learn in all the ways that you can receive that information from. And sometimes, it's just easier to see someone do it to realize, oh, wow, that's way easier than what the recipe made it sound like. So you get a food to inspire your month, nutrition and education around why, and a video to teach you how. Then we come in also once a month for a community conversation. We meet on Zoom. We bring to the table what we are struggling with or what we are celebrating, because a lot of the times we have been so programmed to complain and to focus and criticize on what's not working. We forget to celebrate all those small wins. And let me tell you, those small wins become huge and hugely impacting our lives when we're able to celebrate them with other people who are like, yes, I am cheerleading for you because you did this for yourself. So it's coming together and taking those action steps to connect, to share, to be vulnerable, to speak out loud the things that are heavy in our hearts so that we can uplift ourselves and let go of that density. In addition to all that, you also get access to Katie as a nutritionist and ask questions. I'm curious, is milk really beneficial for my calcium intake? And she gets to burst your bubble a little bit and tell you some interesting information about certain foods, what to do, what not to do, and to give you some direction for your own nutrition, for your own health goals. Now you get to ask me questions on energy. I work as an intuitive energy healer, which means my body can sort of detect what is going on beneath the surface of your skin if you give me permission to tune in. I also support people as a mindfulness and relationship coach. So if you have any questions like, I'm in this relationship, I'm not sure what to do, I can give you some advice on it, or some guidance, or just listen to you, because sometimes that's all we really need. So you get really 360-degree support. There's more. I also provide a monthly meditation practice that has a theme and will just help to sort of guide you through whatever energy we are shifting through at that moment. So we're just coming out of February. February was a really dense month. It was a really challenging month. And our meditation theme for February was being here now, and how to develop the tools that enable us to be here now through whatever heaviness we are experiencing in our lives. And so really developing the tools that help to uplift us. I'm just thinking, what else do you get? There's so much in this program. It really is taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit in a number of different ways. And so if anything of what I said is interesting to you, know that you have free access, and so do anyone that you want to bring in and anyone that you feel that would benefit from this. And this is a really nice taste. It's free, but the thing is, like, we are asking for your commitment, and we're asking for you to help to spread the love, because our mission, this Body Love mission, is to help people evolve, to help people grow, to help people feel connected and in community and capable and empowered, because they have the education, they have the knowledge, the things that our parents didn't teach us, the things that we didn't learn in school, but the things that are necessary for emotional resilience and for emotional growth. Because let's face it, we are always growing unless we're just staying stuck. And no one feels good when they're really stuck. And so my soul's mission is connected to this Body Love mission and is connected to holding space for you and really teaching you what has helped me to get through the hard times in my life, to see the inspiration and to see that silver lining in the loss, in the tragedy, and creating transformation from that place of disempowerment. And so know that you are loved and that there are so many different tools for you to take advantage of if you just say yes, if you just allow yourself to be curious. Please feel free to share this video with anyone who you think could use some support, could use some inspiration right now. And I will continue to share more of my stories with you. But for the month of March 2021, reach out, come join us, love your body as much as you possibly can and honor it by learning, by always being curious and committed to your growth. Because if you want to heal it, whatever it is, you got to feel it. And sometimes, not sometimes actually, it is always easier to feel when we feel held, when we are surrounded and supported by people who care and people who want to see us grow. Sending you so much love. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and help us continue to grow this body love community. Be a part of it. Take care of yourself, and let's be a collective of human beings that are always being curious, that are evolving, and that are healing from any past stuff that is heavy and dense, because our souls came here to fly, and together we rise. Sending you lots of love. Ciao for now.